No point in eating salads and like yogurts and smoothie bowls if you have no idea how many calories you're eating. Welcome back to my channel. So today is another educational video, but we are going to talk about losing fat and starting a cut. A lot of people are obviously struggling with how to start a cut, how to lose weight, how to lose fat. You might know how to lose weight and how to lose fat, but not really know how to start. So there's loads of videos out there. I might have even done something similar, but I do want to just break it down. So starting a cut, I would strongly recommend planning properly. So get a notepad and pen, write everything down. I would strongly suggest starting by writing a workout program or finding a coach such as myself who can write you a program for you based on your goal and your beginner level. And if you know that you can't commit to like 5 days a week training, then don't schedule in to do 5 days a week training. Just schedule in 2. If you know you can't commit to hour-long sessions because you know you've got kids or you've got other kind of responsibilities, then just schedule in half an hour. Now if you want to try and create one by yourself without recruiting like a coach or a PT or anything like that, then there's so many videos out there. I myself do a lot of videos on my YouTube, my Instagram, my TikTok, and they are not trash, as in they're not just like, I don't do videos for fun. I do videos on my current workout splits and the stuff I do, or even stuff that I started to do when I was a beginner, like home workouts. Have a look at all of them. I even do this now when I'm looking for inspo, so have a look, go on your notes page or on your notepad and pen and write down the kind of things, save them or like them somewhere where you can refer back to them, back to the videos, and write down your plan, like squats, 3 sets, 10 reps. Again, if you don't really know how many sets or reps, if you're a beginner, doing 3 sets is a pretty good place to start, and doing anywhere from 8 to 12 reps is a good place to start as well. If the equipment is quite heavy that you're using, you can always just stick to 8 reps. If it's a little bit lighter, you can always go for like the 12 rep rate. And I'm just saying this as if you're a beginner, and if you just want to kind of lose fat and you want to start your little cut basically. So I strongly recommend putting in a workout plan. Cardio is very important obviously if you want to lose weight and lose a little bit of fat. My camera died, the sun went down, everything was a shambles, so I've literally just been waiting for it to come back on, which is why the lighting's changed, my hair's changed. Like I was saying, if you have a goal to lose fat and you want to start a cut, cardio is really important as well. So I would make sure to incorporate some element of cardio in your workout plans as well as weight training. Now you can incorporate weight training, cardio in one, in the form of kind of a circuit style training, which is really effective. For example, I did loads of these during the lockdown phase. So it could be things like walking lunges, straight into like burpees, straight into like shoulder presses, things like that. They're quite good if you have minimal to no equipment, and obviously they're really good at getting a sweat on, and it's a little bit more fun, especially if you're doing it with other people rather than just like going for a run if that's not your thing. But I recommend picking something that you enjoy, whether that's running, swimming, walking the dog, skipping, circuits. Pick something that you will stick to. This is just generalized advice, so I cannot tell you how many days a week, because if you only have 3 days a week to train, then it might be sufficient to start doing it twice a week or something like that. But obviously cardio and weights is really important. Your meals are super important as well. You definitely need to be in a caloric deficit in order to lose weight and lose fat. So if you're going on a cut, you are going on a caloric deficit basically. So once you've planned kind of your workout regime, your routine, things like that, don't worry if it's not perfect. I chop and change as I go all the time, but as long as you've got a plan in front of you, so when you go to the gym or you start your workout at home, you know exactly what you're doing on what day. So that is the main thing. Don't worry too much about, am I doing it wrong, blah blah. Just start, get up and start, and then everything else will fall together. Make sure you're learning, watching videos, record yourself just so you can watch it back to make sure if there's anything wrong. Go with a friend or a PT, anything like that will help. So you do need to be in a caloric deficit. You need to calculate how many calories you should be eating to be in a caloric deficit for you, no one else. If your friend tells you that they're eating 1,400 calories and that's what they need to eat to lose weight and lose fat. You cannot follow that advice, and you can't eat the same amount as someone else and expect to get the same results, because everyone's different. You have different heights, different weights, so you definitely need to jump online to an online calculator. I will link some good ones down below in the description box actually, but you put all your stats in it and it will kind of give you an estimate of how many calories you need to eat in a day to be in a caloric deficit. Now once you've got your number, such as let's say 1,400 as a nice round number, you need to make sure you're eating that amount of calories. Careful not to undo all your hard work on the weekends and then you're never in that caloric deficit. If you're eating and drinking a lot on the weekends, that is really bumping you up to an overall maintenance or even surplus, which is why a lot of people struggle and don't realize, you know, they might be on a diet, but then at the weekends or when they're on their cheat meals, it goes above and beyond. So, you know, you can either start to just freestyle and just kind of track your food in like MyFitnessPal or write it down somewhere and kind of make sure that you're eating in a caloric deficit, or you can literally plan your meals properly by creating a type of meal plan for yourself. So if you need to eat 1,400 calories, you can maybe try splitting them up between, you know, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then some snacks in between. So there is a little bit of planning involved. Stick to your program for at least 6 months to a year and see what happens. If you're consistent for 12 months, which is not that much time in the grand scheme of your whole life, then it will definitely be easier to continue with those daily little habits. Everything's become normal. It's become a habit now to kind of exercise and trying to eat healthy and stuff. The only thing I want you to be careful about is you don't really want to be on a diet or caloric deficit for a long period of time. A year is a little bit long. I would suggest taking little breaks in between. But obviously, if you're doing it nice and steadily and you're getting into the routine of it and you're not eating dangerously low calories, then by all means just carry on very, very slowly and you will see results eventually. You need to plan what you're eating. You need to meal prep if you need to meal prep. You need to make sure that the calories that you're eating are actually in a caloric deficit. There's no point in eating salads and like yogurts and smoothie bowls if you have no idea how many calories you're eating. You might be eating in a caloric surplus. I know you hear a lot about cutting out carbs. Carbs are bad for you. They are not. You need your carbs for your energy. You want to make sure you're still eating everything in moderation as well. You can definitely treat yourself now and then. You go out and eat, have a drink. Always remember, if you've got a plan and you're on a clock and you've got a goal in mind, for the time being, temporarily, you will have to try and be on your best behavior. The only way to do that is push yourself. There's no point in like kind of doing it some days, not doing it some days. Thank you so much for watching my video. Hopefully you found it useful. It's not usually my niche, but there are so many people, probably more, that want to kind of start a cut, don't know where to start, lose fat, lose weight. So hopefully this video helped. As usual, any questions, pop them below. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe, follow me on my socials, and I'll see you on my next one.